So we're here at Launde Abbey with the Reverend Tim Blewett, who is the warden here, and also Rob Parkinson, who is the CEO of Action Homeless. Tim, if I can start with you, what made you come up with the idea to spend a week rough sleeping in Leicester?
Well, I wanted to actually find out what the experience was like, to actually experience what people who really do rough sleep, how they cope with that experience, to understand the needs that they have, and to enter into that experience for them and with them.
Now, Rob, you've been the CEO of Action Homeless for how long now?
Just over 2 years now, John.
Just over 2 years, and in that period of time, obviously, we've done quite a lot of work together, Citizens Eye and Action Homeless. Can you tell me, this kind of extreme trusteeism, if you like, of a trustee going out and actually putting themselves in the situation of knowing what it's like to be a service user in Leicester of homeless services, do you think it will help inform the sector as to what the actual experience is really like?
Yeah, I think it will, but much more importantly than that, I think it will also help inform people who don't often come into contact with these kind of issues, what a difficult and sometimes challenging experience it is for people who have to spend time out on the street. And we know in the city at the moment that the number of people who rough sleep is increasing slowly but surely, and we have to find ways to try and challenge that and tackle it. And one of the only ways we'll do that is by making sure that everybody who is part of our community here in Leicester knows that it's a problem that needs to be dealt with, and can hear real life experiences from people who have been there. So for Tim to put himself into that position and to really want to make a difference in that way is a really powerful statement.
Now, this is the first part of a campaign for your Christmas appeal, isn't it, with provision of beds over the Christmas period. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, this time of year, over the winter period, is a really difficult time for anybody who's out in the street. It's cold, it's wet, it can often be really challenging life conditions for people. And we think it's really important that right now there are emergency beds and provision available for people who most need it in the city. So our appeal this year is about creating the funding that we need to be able to provide emergency rough sleeping provision for people at this time of year. And Tim's experience is going to be part of that, raising awareness and raising the funds that we need to be able to do that over the next few years.
Okay, Tim, final question for you. Now, a lot of people will be aware of homelessness or homelessness issues, and it doesn't really impact them. Now, from your point of view, you're helping as a trustee to get more aware of service users and obviously the Christmas appeal. What do you think one of the main aims would be for you for a member of public that looks in on your blog or sees your experience for a week or reads an article or sees an interview with you? What do you hope they'd gain from it?
I think one of the things that I hope that they will gain from it is the fact that they will start to realise what it's really like. The average person spends 5 nights, if they're homeless, on the streets in Leicester. And to enter into that experience through going to the blog site, through actually entering into my account and my experience, hopefully they will then be willing to give. Hopefully they'll be wanting to get involved. Hopefully their attitude towards those who are homeless will be changed. And altogether that profile of Action Homeless being raised will enable people to understand much more what homelessness is all about.